Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is Holomelon, and today in this video we're going to be starting on a new project, making something interesting out of this piece of wood. This is part of an old piece of IKEA furniture, but we can actually tell that it's a real piece of wood, which is really rare on new pieces of IKEA furniture. We're going to be making some sort of little box, something to store something in the workshop, basically, just to dump anything we want. There's some nails in here, so we're going to take this tool, which is basically the back of a hammer, and just try and get some of these out. Sand it back, just make it into an alright piece of wood. Brand new table saw that we just got in, and because of that, Optihook's actually going to be using it first, just to check that it's all safe. He's going to be wearing eye protection and ear protection. The guard has been removed from this table saw, but that's purely for video purposes, and we do not recommend at all using your table saw without the blade guard. Okay, so we've just hooked up the Einhell vacuum cleaner to the table saw just to get as much of the dust out of the way as we possibly can. Okay, so what we've just done is those cuts. You can see we were following the grain of the actual wood, so we could use this, which is called a rip fence, which nicely kind of guides it across so that we get it really nice and perfect. But when we're going against the grain, we have to use this, which I've forgotten the name of already, which is surprising. Crosscut, mitre. Yeah. Which allows us to cut across the actual piece of wood. Otherwise, on this we'd get loads of kickback and it would be horrible.
So we're going to cut a slot in here to put a piece of old scrap hardwood that's going to be the base of our drawer. Just zero this. See how thick this bit is here. Right, that's 3 something. So the kerf of our blade, I think, is about 2 something. So I think we've got, you know, it'll be a big thick enough to put that piece in.
Okay, so now we think this all lines up. Yep, fits. So now we have the groove for the bottom of our holder. Okay, so before we cut these up into all the different sides of our piece of furniture, we're going to sand them. I've got a 60 grit here on the Einhell sander, and it's connected to the vacuum cleaner, working as a dust extraction. Also got some ear defenders and some gloves, just because my hands are cold, but not the ear defenders. That doesn't help my hands, but... Alright, we're going to get into this. You ready? Okay, so as you probably saw, the wood was sliding around the load. So this is also from IKEA, coincidentally. But this is just like something to keep rugs in place. But we've used it for sanding before, so it really grips the table. And it keeps whatever you're sanding a bit more kind of stable. Yeah, so that doesn't move around as much. So I guess take 2. Okay, so what we've done is we're cutting against the grain, but we are using the rip fence. But as you can see, it's in a weird kind of way. So this thicker part of the rip fence is going to be used just to guide it, and then when we actually get to the blade going through, then it goes off the rip fence, which should hopefully prevent all backlash, but also give us a nice guide. So these have all been cut and they're very accurate 'cause it's done on the table saw. So we're just checking that they're all gonna line up fairly well. Mainly the seam at the bottom, which is going to be holding the actual floor of the box. And it looks to be lining up very nicely. So we're just gonna put a 45 degree cut on all of them. We just need to make sure that we're doing the right size, so that, you know, we don't accidentally do it on the outside, because that would be very, very bad. So now that we've cut out the groove for the base of our piece of furniture, I don't know if you can really call it that, box, yeah. So we're just going to move out the table. So there's two levers here. I don't understand why they don't use one, but I didn't design it, and we can just pull that out to some random thing. As long as it's more support, it's better than it not being there. And we are going to be mitering the sides of it at a 45 degree angle, so it all neatly locks in together. So if we just pull this one down, then we can, I'm not sure if you can see, we're going to have to lift up the blade, but it will go at a 45 degree angle. There we go. Okay, so we've just cut all our 45 degree angles on the table saw, so I'm just going to give you a quick demo of what it's going to look like. Lines up perfectly when you actually get it into place. I'm not very good at that, I don't think. But I think... No, it all lines up. I'm just bad at lining stuff up. It all looks really good. So next we're going to be using a biscuit joiner. Wow, that is heavy. A biscuit joiner and some number 20 biscuits, just to reinforce it all. You could just glue it, but why not throw some biscuits? So we've cut all the biscuit holes. We've got the biscuits in there. We're having some problems with the biscuit joiner, so we're using smaller biscuits than the actual slots are meant through for, but that should give us some wiggle room as well. Hopefully it all lines up. It's a bit fiddly, but should eventually all come together. So I think we're gonna do it up and clamp it. So now we're going to be filling in all the holes from like the shelf part of the shelf. I don't think it was a shelf, it was like a weird table thing. Either way, we're going to be filling it. It doesn't really make a difference. And you may be wondering why I'm talking for so long, and that's because I'm trying to fill this video to 10 minutes. Oh. Wow, look, I did it perfectly. Wow. That is perfect right there. That's what I like to call perfect. Okay, so now what we're going to do is just wipe off the excess with a little cloth. Oh no, this is like a wet wipe type of thing. Industrial wet wipe. And then we're going to come back to this in about half an hour when the filler's dried, and probably start sanding. So now we're going to move on straight to a 120. We've got 60 on here currently, just to do the outside. We're not going to do the internal panels because there's no real point. If anything, if they're a bit rougher, it's a bit better just to give the paint some sort of key, something to stick to. So let's do that. So now what we're going to be doing is running over all our pieces with a tack cloth, just to pick up any of the sanding and sawdust that's come off while we were doing that. And then we're going to be masking off all our sides, just to make sure that when we're painting, none of the paint gets anywhere else except where we want it. We're going to be using a Neptune navy colour, just something simple, just something nice. We're not going to be painting the outside because we want to leave this very nice wood. We might wax it later. Yeah, let's get started. So I've just run over all our pieces of wood with the tack cloth, then masked them all up. So now we're finally going to get on to painting. Yeah, let's get started. Okay, so just finished painting. Hopefully you saw a nice time lapse.
Hopefully
if the files haven't corrupted, I've managed to transfer them. I've edited them into the right place. Yeah, everything looks alright. So we're just waiting for it to dry now. Okay, so the paint is now touch dry. So we can definitely peel the masking tape off now. Okay, so, oh, sorry, hold on. Got a little something. There we go. Alright. So now we're going to get started gluing, and we're going to use some of our biscuits. Okay, so now I'm just going to put the glue on these two sides, add the biscuits, add the actual side, and then clamp it all together. And give it some friendly encouragement with a mallet. Because that's how I get my friends to do stuff. That sounds really mean. I'm going to cut that. So now we've got it into place, so we're just going to clamp it before it all falls apart again. And hopefully it will all stay in place. So it's been about half an hour. Now we're going to take the clamps off. Hopefully it all holds together. I'm not even sure how you take this one off. Magic. Oh, I did it. Great. I'm going to move all that stuff to the side where it gets magically removed by fairies. No, but what we're going to be doing now is applying some wax to it. So what you want to do in order to make, I don't know, some sort of a plier, you put a sponge in a piece of cloth. You never guess where I got the cloth from. Never. So you just wrap it up and then you can cover that and rub it on. So I'm going to quickly make another rubber because that was the applicator. We've got all of it on, but now we really want to, you know, kind of polish it and shine it. So just fold that over, and now I'm going to be doing tiny little circles just to really bring it up. So I've just put all the wax on it, we've polished it, it looks amazing, I think. And yeah, the only thing really left to do is to pop it down. So yeah, I think it's joined the area of previous projects. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see you in the next video. I hope you enjoyed.